Every time you open an envelope, look at a digital screen, or swipe your card to pay a bill, you are making a choice that determines the next 10 years of your financial life. Most of you are making the wrong choice. You are paying your electricity bill, your rent, or your credit card minimum with a heart full of resentment. You are looking at the numbers and feeling a sting in your chest. You are thinking about how hard you worked for that money and how quickly it is being taken away from you. I'm going to tell you something right now that your bank doesn't want you to know. That feeling of sting is a spiritual signal of poverty. When you pay a bill with resentment, you are literally sowing a seed of lack. You are telling the universe that you are a limited reservoir that is being drained, rather than an infinite channel that is being used. And because the universe is a mirror, as I have taught you before, it reflects that lack back to you by making sure more bills come and less money follows. I am Rabbi Boaz. For 40 years, I have studied the flow of the heavens. My family has protected the codes of Parnassah through generations where we had nothing but the clothes on our backs. We didn't get rich by working harder than the Gentiles. We got rich by understanding the spiritual transaction. I am done watching you be retarded with your payments. I am done watching you treat your bills like a curse when they are actually the greatest opportunity you have to trigger a tenfold return. Today, I am going to give you 3 specific Hebrew words. These are not just sounds, they are frequency keys. When you speak these words over a bill, whether it is a $5 coffee or a $5,000 mortgage, you are recoding the transaction. You are turning an outflow into a magnet. I am going to show you exactly how to say them, the physical movement you must make with your hands, and why this causes the money to return to you multiplied by 10 within 30 days. But before I give you the words, I need to know if you are still operating with a slave mindset. If you are ready to stop crying over your expenses and start commanding your increases, hit that like button right now. And I want you to go to the comments and type these 3 words. Money always returns. Do it now. If you cannot even make that declaration, then you are already admitting defeat. You are telling the accuser that you expect to be broke. Type the words, and let's begin the reconstruction. Let me tell you about a woman named Leah. Leah was a single mother. She was working 2 jobs, but she was always 3 steps behind. Every time she paid her rent, she would sit at her kitchen table and cry. She felt like she was being robbed by her landlord. She felt like the world was sucking her dry. She came to me because she was about to lose her car. I told her, Leah, you are cursing your own sustenance. Every time you pay that rent with a spirit of loss, you are commanding the universe to lose more for you. You are acting like a beggar who is being taxed, rather than a queen who is investing in her kingdom. I gave her the 10-fold decree. I told her to speak the 3 Hebrew words every time she hit send on her banking app. I told her to change the vibration of the transaction. 1 month later, Leah called me. She wasn't crying anymore. She told me that 2 days after she paid her electricity bill using the decree, she received an overpayment check from her insurance company for $1,200. A week later, her boss, who hadn't given a raise in 4 years, called her into the office and gave her a $3 an hour bump and a bonus for consistency. By the end of the month, she had received 10 times the amount of that original electricity bill in unexpected income. Leah didn't find a magic lamp. She simply stopped blocking the pipe. You need to understand the anatomy of a bill. In the eyes of the common person, a bill is a debt. In the eyes of a Kabbalist, a bill is evidence of service. If you have an electricity bill, it means you had light. If you have a grocery bill, it means you had food. If you have a rent bill, it means you had a roof. When you pay the bill with resentment, you are being ungrateful for the provision you already received. And the Talmud teaches that Ingratitude is the quickest way to seal the gates of heaven. The three words we are using today are designed to move you from a state of gevurah, which is restriction and judgment, into a state of chesed, which is expansion and mercy. My competitors, people like Rabbi Shion, will tell you to just trust God. That is fine for children, but you are an adult who needs results. Trusting without coding is like trying to drive a car without a key. You can sit in the driver's seat all day, but you aren't going anywhere. You need the phonetic key to start the engine of your Mazal. The three words are poteach, et, yadecha. These words come from the most powerful verse in the entire book of Psalms regarding sustenance. It is found in Psalm 145. The full verse is potich et yadecha umazbia lecholchai ratzon, which means you open your hand and satisfy every living thing with favor. But we are not just reciting the verse, we are using the first three words as a command. Word number 1, potach. This means open. But in the Holy Tongue, it implies opening a clogged pipe. It is a frequency that shatters the klipot, the shells of poverty, that are currently surrounding your bank account. When you say potach, you are commanding the spiritual valve of your life to unstick. Word number 2, et. This is a small word, but it is the connector. In the Kabbalah, the word et, spelled aleph and tav, represents everything from the beginning to the end. It is the bridge that carries the energy from the spiritual world into the physical transaction. It ensures that the openness you just commanded actually touches the money you are currently holding. Word number 3, yadecha. This means your hand. But we are not just talking about the Creator's hand. We are talking about the extension of provision. When you say yadecha, you are acknowledging that the money leaving your hand is actually coming from the infinite hand. You are declaring that your resources are boundless. Now let's discuss the transaction ritual. Most of you pay your bills while you are distracted, while you are angry, or while you are in a rush. This is stupid. You are treating your most important seed-sowing moment like it's trash. From now on, you will follow the Rabbi Boaz protocol for every payment. Step 1. The physical contact. If it is a paper bill, you must touch it with your right hand. If it is a digital bill, you must place your hand on the screen or the device. You must acknowledge the exchange. Step 2. The neutralization. Before you say the words, you must take one deep breath and kill the resentment. If you feel that sting of losing money, you must wait. You cannot speak the words through a poverty filter. You must tell yourself, this money is not leaving, it is circulating. Step 3. The decree. As you click the button or hand over the cash, you must whisper or say in your mind with absolute clarity the three words, poteach, et, yadecha. You must visualize a loop. See the money leaving your hand and traveling in a great circle through the heavens, picking up weight and volume, and returning to you through a different door. Now, pay attention, because within 24 hours of performing the potich decree, the universe will send you a receipt of reception. If you are blind to these signs, you are telling the heavens that you are not a conscious manager, and the return will be delayed. You must watch for these 3 echoes in the first day. Echo number 1, the ghost inflow. You will see a small, seemingly insignificant amount of money show up. It could be a $5 bill in an old coat, a credit on your phone bill you didn't expect, or even someone randomly buying you a cup of coffee. Most of you are dumb enough to call this luck. It is not luck, it is a ping. The spiritual realm is testing to see if you notice that the flow has reversed. You must say thank you the moment it happens to lock in the frequency. Echo number 2, the systemic ease. you will find that another bill you were worried about suddenly becomes easier to deal with. Maybe the deadline is extended, or the customer service agent is unusually helpful. This is a sign that the restriction, the gevura, is beginning to melt. Echo number 3. The sudden inquiry. If you are a business owner or a freelancer, you will receive an inquiry from a high-value source. They might not buy immediately, but they are smelling the provision on you. Your energy has shifted from desperate seller to aligned provider, and big money is attracted to aligned energy like a moth to a flame. But I have to give you a severe warning against grasping energy. This is the mistake that 95% of you are making right now. You are clutching your money. Even when you pay the bill and say the words, deep down, you are holding on with white knuckles. In the Kabbalah, this is called squeezing the seed. If a farmer plants a seed in the ground, but then constantly digs it up to see if it's growing, or if he squeezes the seed so hard that he crushes it before it hits the soil, he will have no harvest. When you pay a bill with a grasping heart, you are crushing the seed of your return. You are signaling extreme scarcity. The billionaires of my people do not grasp. They release. They understand that money is like blood. It only has value when it is moving. If the blood in your body stops moving, you die. If the money in your life stops moving, your Mazal dies. You must reach a point where you can pay $1,000 bill with the same emotional flatness as if you were breathing out. You don't worry about where your next breath of air is coming from, do you? No, because the atmosphere is infinite. So why do you worry about the money? You must train your heart to believe that the financial atmosphere is just as infinite as the oxygen in your lungs. This leads me to a very serious truth. Many of you are watching this and thinking, Rabbi, I try to release, but I am so deep in the hole that I can't breathe. This is exactly why you have stayed at the level you are at. You are trying to fix a broken engine by changing the paint on the car. This 3-word decree is a powerful jump start. But if your internal battery is dead, the car will stop again in 10 miles. You need a total reconstruction of your spiritual financial architecture. I told you at the beginning that I have a blueprint. I am talking about the Mazal reconstruction. This ebook is the difference between a temporary fix and a permanent shift. In the video today, I am giving you the emergency code. In the ebook, I give you the power grid. In the Mazal reconstruction, I show you the 10 spiritual leaks that are currently draining your bank account every single night while you sleep. Most of you are losing more money through spiritual friction than you are making through physical labor. I give you the midnight gateway ritual, the specific hour when the treasuries of heaven are replenished, and how to place your request so it is the first one seen. I reveal the geometry of the wallet, exactly how to fold your bills to ensure they carry a multiplication frequency. If your wallet is a mess, your money is a mess. I even expose the 3 forbidden words that Jews never say at their dinner table because they act like a vibration of poverty on their children's future. The link is in the description. The price of the book is a filter. If you are too cheap to invest in the knowledge of the 1%, then stay with the 99%. I don't want lazy seekers. I want giants. If you are ready to dominate your niche and make your competitors look like amateurs, get the book tonight. Now let's go back to the physical movement of the transaction. This is the hand geometry that most people ignore. The Talmud teaches that the right hand represents chesed, mercy giving, and the left hand represents gevura, judgment receiving. When you pay a bill, you must never hand over money or click confirm with your left hand. If you use your left hand, you are paying through judgment. You are inviting the accuser to look at your expenses. You are signaling that this money is being taken from you by force. You must always use your right hand. Even if you are left-handed, you must use your right hand for the act of release. By using the right hand, you are sanctifying the outflow. You are telling the universe, this is a voluntary act of mercy. I am a giver, not a victim. And here is the secret motion. As you release the money or hit the button, slightly turn your palm upward for 1 second after the release. This is the open hand gesture of the king. It is a physical anchor for the word Yadecha. It signals to the heavens that your hand is now empty and therefore available to be refilled. Most of you pay a bill and then immediately clench your fist or shove your hands in your pockets. You are closing the circuit. You are telling the universe, I am done. Nothing else can come in. Stop being spiritually clumsy. Use the right hand. Speak the words, Potiach et Yadecha, open the palm, and then walk away. Do not check your bank balance 10 times. Do not calculate how much you have left. That is scarcity observation. If you keep looking at the bottom of the jar, you are commanding the jar to stay empty. You must act as if the return is a scientific certainty. Think about the Joseph economy. Joseph didn't become the ruler of Egypt by hustling. He became the ruler because he understood cycles. He knew how to manage the years of plenty and the years of famine. Most of you are living in a permanent famine because you don't know how to trigger a cycle of plenty. Every bill you pay is a seed. If you treat the seed like loss, it rots. If you treat the seed like life, it grows. I want you to look at your stack of bills tonight, not as weight, but as soil. Each one is a place where you can plant the tenfold return. I am going to tell you something that will offend the soft people watching this. The reason you are in debt is not because of the government. It is not because of your boss. It is because you are spiritually illiterate. You are using the tools of the physical world to solve a problem that started in the spiritual world. You can work 80 hours a week, but if you are cursing your payments, you will never get ahead. The interest rates of the spiritual world are much higher than the ones at your bank. If you pay with hate, you pay double. If you pay with the decree, you get tenfold. Now let us go deeper into the forbidden left-hand transaction. I have seen you at the ATM, I have seen you at the grocery store, and I have seen you paying your staff. You are reaching out with your left hand because you are lazy and you aren't paying attention. In the realm of the Sitra Akra, the other side, the left hand is the limb of Gevurah. It is the hand of restriction, severity, and calculation. When you use your left hand to release money, you are essentially signaling to the spiritual prosecutors that this transaction is under audit. You are inviting the energy of judgment to look at every penny. This is why many of you feel that no matter how much you make, the taxman or an unexpected repair always comes to take the exact amount you just earned. You are paying through the valve of restriction. The billionaires of my people understand that the right hand is the hand of chesed, the hand of kindness and mercy. Even if you are paying a penalty, even if you are paying a debt you hate, you must use the right hand. By doing so, you are mercifying the money. You are moving the transaction from the court of judgment to the court of provision. You are telling the universe, I am a source of flow, and I release this with a heart of expansion. If you are a retard who continues to pay with the left hand, do not come to me complaining that your money feels cursed or heavy. You are the one who chose the hand of the accuser. Now let us move to the 90-day compounding protocol. Most of you are spiritual tourists. You will say the words Pioteach et Yadecha today, and if you don't see $1 million by Friday, you will stop. This is why you are broke. You have no endurance. You treat the spiritual laws like a lottery ticket rather than a grid you must build. The number 90 is the numerical value of the Hebrew letter Tzadi, which represents the Tzaddik, the righteous one, or the master of resources. It takes 90 days to completely recode your Mazal. It takes 3 full moon cycles to flush the poverty frequency out of your bloodline. For the next 90 days, you must follow this protocol without exception. Every time you pay a bill, no matter how small, you will. Use the right hand. Speak the decree. Poti ach, et, yadecha. Open the palm for 1 second. Log the echoes. Keep a small notebook. Every time a small win happens, a discount, a gift, a found coin, you write it down under the heading Reception of Provision. Why must you log the echoes? Because the accuser wants you to focus on the outflow. He wants you to see the $1,000 leaving, but the log forces your brain to see the inflow. By the end of 90 days, your log will prove that for every dollar you released in mercy, the universe returned 10 in unexpected ways. This evidence creates a feedback loop in your subconscious that eventually makes it impossible for you to feel scarcity. And once you are immune to scarcity, you become irresistible to wealth. I can see the lazy people in the comments already asking, "Rabbi, does this work for digital payments?" Let me tell you something. The spiritual realm does not care about your technology. A digital transfer is just light energy moving through a wire. Whether you are handing over a gold coin or clicking a Pay Now button, the intent and the hand geometry are what matters. Place your right hand on that screen. Command the portal to open. I have given you the emergency code today. I have given you the 90-day protocol. But let's be honest. Some of you are spiritually starving because your entire Mazal architecture is in ruins. You have leaks you don't even know about. You have spiritual parasites in your business that are drinking your profit before it ever hits your bank account. You are trying to build a skyscraper of wealth on a foundation of mud. This is why I created the Mazal Reconstruction. This ebook is the master blueprint that the 1% uses to ensure their valve never closes. If you think this video was deep, you have no idea what is waiting for you in the reconstruction. In the ebook, I reveal the Midnight Gateway Ritual, the exact 12-minute window when the vaults of the heavens are most vulnerable to your requests. The 3 forbidden words. If you say these words while paying a bill, you are cursing your next 3 months of income. Most of you say these words to your spouse every single week. The alphabet of inflow, how to visualize the Hebrew letters so they act as magnets for silver and gold. This is the hard coding of the mind. The link is in the description below. It is pinned in the first comment. The price is $22. In the Kabbalah, the number 22 represents the building blocks of creation, the 22 Hebrew letters. If you are dumb enough to think $22 is too much to pay for the secrets of the ages, then you are exactly where you belong. You are valuing a cheap lunch more than your financial salvation. I don't need your $22. I have mastered the flow. But you need the reconstruction before the coming economic judgment wipes you out. Click the link tonight. Read the chapters on the transactional seal before you pay your next bill. I want to close with a final warning. The universe is observing you. From the moment you close this video, you will be tested. A bill will arrive tomorrow. You will feel that old sting. You will feel that old fear. That is the angel of poverty trying to keep his chains on you. You must revolt. You must reach out with your right hand. You must look at that bill and see soil. You must speak the words, Potiach iti yadecha. You must command the return. If you do not do this, do not come to me crying when the years of famine eat your life. I have given you the key. I have shown you the door. I have offered you the blueprint. The rest is up to your discipline. Go to the comments right now. Type, I command my return. Seal this teaching into your soul. Log your echoes. And for the love of your family's future, Stop being lazy with your spiritual energy. I am Rabbi Boaz. The sting is gone. The flow has begun. Click the link. Begin the reconstruction. Shalom.